What if everything you thought you knew about history was a lie? What if an empire existed, vast, advanced, and forgotten, hidden from textbooks and erased from our collective memory? Welcome to Tartaria, a land that was once larger than any modern nation, a civilization advanced beyond comprehension, whose traces challenge everything we know about our past. In this journey, we will uncover its rise, its architecture, its mysterious disasters, and the secrets hidden for centuries. Prepare yourself to step into a world lost to time. Centuries before the rise of modern nations, maps of the world depicted an empire that seems almost mythical today. Called Tartaria, it covered vast expanses of Europe, Russia, Siberia, and Central Asia. Its borders shifted, but it remained a dominant presence across continents. Historical cartographers from the 16th and 17th centuries carefully documented cities, rivers, mountain ranges, and trade networks. Russian explorers recorded fortified towns, bustling marketplaces, and strategic military outposts. European accounts referred to Tartaria as a land rich in resources and knowledge, yet almost nothing remains of it today in conventional history books. What makes Tartaria truly intriguing is the consistency of its depiction across centuries and across different countries. From Russia to Western Europe, maps repeatedly show this empire, yet modern textbooks treat it as if it never existed. Could Tartaria have been deliberately erased from history? The clues hidden in these maps suggest an empire so large and powerful that it rivaled every known civilization of its time. And yet, centuries later, it became nearly invisible. Some researchers argue that Tartaria's absence from history is not due to chance. Something or someone wanted the world to forget it. Walk through the streets of Siberia and the Urals, and you will find buildings that defy logic. Towering palaces, monumental arches, massive gates, constructed with such precision and scale that modern engineers still struggle to explain them. Some of these structures were built with stones weighing hundreds of tons, perfectly aligned without any visible use of cranes or modern tools. Streets and city grids follow mathematical precision, suggesting a deep understanding of geometry and urban planning. The symmetry of Tartarian cities is astonishing. Every palace, gate, and tower seems interconnected, as if the entire empire functioned as a single, cohesive system. Scholars note that many of these buildings predate their supposed construction era by centuries, raising questions about the true timeline of human advancement. Consider the domed palaces, bridges spanning rivers effortlessly, and the giant arches that dwarf contemporary structures. These are not ordinary buildings. They are architectural statements, a testament to an advanced civilization. How did a civilization existing hundreds of years ago achieve such feats? The mystery deepens when one realizes that much of this knowledge seems to have vanished without a trace. And yet, the buildings remain, silent witnesses to a civilization erased from history, whispering secrets that only the most curious researchers dare to follow. Among the most perplexing enigmas of Tartaria is the phenomenon known as the mud flood. Entire streets, lower levels of buildings, and marketplaces appear buried beneath layers of earth and debris. Could a single natural disaster have caused such devastation? Eyewitness accounts from centuries past, along with old sketches and illustrations, describe cities suddenly engulfed by mud. Streets disappeared, basements became underground chambers, and entire towns were buried, leaving no explanation in conventional history. Some researchers suggest that this was not merely a local event, but a global occurrence. Cities across Siberia, Russia, and Central Asia show similar signs of sudden burial, consistent with a catastrophic flood of unknown origin. Could this mud flood have been intentional, a deliberate act to erase history? Some speculate that such an event would have destroyed records, archives, and structures, effectively rewriting the timeline of human civilization. The more one investigates, the more the puzzle deepens. Buildings appear to be designed for purposes we do not fully understand. Streets buried beneath mud hint at a civilization whose memory was forcibly erased. Tartaria, it seems, was wiped clean, but not entirely. Every sunken courtyard, every hidden archway, every mud-covered foundation is a whisper of a past the world was not meant to remember. Beyond architecture, Tartaria's legacy survives in symbols, inscriptions, and artifacts. Ancient carvings, mysterious statues, and scripts hint at knowledge long lost to time. Some believe these represent a forgotten language, a system of mathematics, or even technological understanding beyond their era. Symbols appear repeatedly across multiple sites, suggesting a unified culture or even a global network of influence. Each artifact carries a story, yet mainstream history fails to acknowledge their significance. Some researchers argue that Tartaria was not just a collection of cities, but a civilization possessing profound knowledge of energy, geometry, and perhaps even forces of nature we are only beginning to explore. The architectural marvels, the inscriptions, and the buried streets indicate that Tartaria was advanced, organized, and deliberate. Its sudden disappearance, whether by natural catastrophe or deliberate suppression, leaves us with more questions than answers. We have explored its maps, its buildings, its buried streets, and its symbols. But the most astonishing secrets, its advanced technology, and the reasons for its erasure are yet to come in the next chapter of this journey. Among the most mysterious aspects of Tartaria are its indications of free energy harnessed without fuel, without combustion, yet capable of powering entire cities. Reports from historical researchers suggest that Tartarian towers and spires acted as conductors, drawing power from the atmosphere itself. Consider accounts of massive towers, some hundreds of feet tall, perfectly aligned with magnetic fields. Scholars argue that these towers were more than architectural feats. These towers could have been generators, transmitting energy across vast distances. Could Tartaria have harnessed a form of energy lost to modern science? Descriptions of Tartarian cities mention streetlights and illuminated buildings long before the invention of electricity. Was this merely myth or evidence of technology far beyond the known timeline of human development? Some ruins contain strange mechanisms, devices with gears, copper conduits, and components whose purpose we cannot decipher. Were these machines designed to extract energy from the environment, to transmit it across the empire, or were they instruments of an entirely different science, now lost forever? The more we study these devices, the more it becomes clear Tartaria was not just advanced in construction, but in knowledge. Knowledge that humanity seems to have forgotten or had deliberately suppressed. Tartarian megastructures dwarf any contemporary construction of their time. Bridges span massive rivers, palaces rise hundreds of feet into the sky, and city layouts follow geometric precision that would rival modern urban planning. Historians and architects are baffled by the scale and accuracy of these constructions. Stones weighing hundreds of tons were moved, shaped, and placed with precision that seems impossible without advanced machinery. Entire districts follow perfect grids, aligned with astronomical markers and cardinal directions. Consider the monumental gates and arches, some larger than entire modern buildings. The intricacy of their carvings, the balance of their design, and the uniformity across continents suggest a civilization with knowledge of geometry, engineering, and architecture far surpassing anything previously imagined. But why did this knowledge disappear? Why, after centuries, do we find these marvels abandoned, partially buried, or hidden in remote locations? Tartaria's megastructures are not relics. They are messages from a forgotten civilization waiting to be decoded. Every bridge, every palace, every monumental gate raises questions about the limits of human ingenuity and the true potential of ancient civilizations. Among the most enigmatic remnants of Tartaria are its towers, tall, slender, and strategically positioned across the empire. Scholars speculate that these were not mere watchtowers. Some argue that they functioned as energy conduits, transmitting power across vast distances, while others believe they were part of a global communication network. Descriptions from historical texts hint at unusual activities around these towers. Light phenomena, unknown machinery, and inscriptions suggest that the towers may have been connected in a network, operating on principles unknown to us. Tartarian fortresses, equally enigmatic, show evidence of advanced engineering. Massive stone walls, interlocking masonry, and foundations built to last centuries. Yet, many of these fortresses were abandoned suddenly, leaving no explanation for their desertion. The combination of these towers and fortresses paints a picture of a civilization capable of technological feats we are only beginning to comprehend. Tartaria may have had energy systems, engineering practices, and scientific knowledge that rivaled or even exceeded modern capabilities. How did such knowledge vanish so completely? Was it lost naturally, destroyed deliberately, or suppressed by those who feared its implications? Tartaria's technology is not confined to what remains above ground. Many researchers believe that entire cities, laboratories, and workshops were buried or hidden, erasing evidence of advanced civilization. These hidden cities may contain the keys to understanding Tartaria's true technological achievements. Symbols and inscriptions on surviving buildings hint at systems of measurement, energy, and construction that remain undeciphered. Repeated motifs suggest a standardized knowledge across the empire, a scientific culture far ahead of its time. The more we explore Tartaria, the clearer it becomes. This was a civilization not only advanced in construction, but also in scientific understanding. Its sudden disappearance and the absence of its technology from historical records remain one of history's greatest mysteries. We have seen towers that may have drawn power from the air, bridges that defy logic, and fortresses built to last millennia. Yet, the most astonishing questions remain unanswered. Historical records suggest that Tartaria collapsed abruptly in the 18th century. Cities that had flourished for centuries were abandoned. Streets that once bustled with trade were left empty. Palaces and towers fell into silence. Some researchers claim that this disappearance was not a result of war or famine alone. There are indications of catastrophic natural events, massive mud floods, sudden collapses of entire settlements, and layers of earth that buried towns overnight. Eyewitness accounts from distant observers describe cities appearing to sink beneath the earth or vanish entirely from view. Streets that once existed now lie hidden beneath soil and debris. Could this have been a natural disaster or something more deliberate? The sudden erasure of Tartaria raises questions about how much of human history has been rewritten. If an empire of such magnitude could disappear overnight, what other civilizations might have been lost to time? The story of Tartaria does not end with natural disasters. Scholars have uncovered evidence suggesting deliberate suppression. Maps were altered, history books rewritten, and monuments destroyed or hidden. In Europe and Russia, records of Tartaria fade mysteriously after the 18th century. Entire cities and regions were omitted from later editions of maps, while surviving structures were buried or remodeled beyond recognition. Some historians argue that the victors of history, emerging powers seeking to consolidate authority, may have intentionally erased Tartaria. Knowledge, technology, and advanced architecture were hidden, leaving only fragments behind. This systematic erasure raises chilling questions. What did Tartaria know? What technology did they possess that threatened the established order? And who decided that the world must forget? It seems that history is not merely a record of events, but a narrative controlled by those who survived, those who conquered, and those who wished to hide the truth. Despite centuries of erasure, Tartaria's traces remain. Hidden streets, buried foundations, and mysterious towers still dot the landscape. Modern satellite imaging, archaeological research, and AI reconstruction have begun to uncover what history tried to erase. Across Siberia, Russia, and Central Asia, researchers have found remnants of cities partially buried in mud and earth. Foundations, arches, and fortresses suggest advanced engineering. These ruins echo the grandeur described in centuries-old maps and accounts. Inscriptions and symbols on surviving buildings hint at a standardized system of knowledge, possibly used to manage technology, construction, and city planning. Every discovery adds weight to the theory that Tartaria was a civilization far more advanced than previously acknowledged. Even modern tools cannot fully decipher the purpose of many Tartarian structures. Towers, spires, and strange devices hint at energy systems and technologies that may have influenced or surpassed the knowledge we hold today. The evidence is subtle, scattered, and often ignored, yet it is undeniable. Tartaria was real. Its disappearance was deliberate. Its legacy continues to challenge our understanding of the past. Tartaria may have been erased from textbooks, dismissed as myth, and hidden beneath layers of earth, yet its influence remains. From architecture to symbols, from buried cities to advanced technology, the empire's legacy continues to provoke awe and mystery. If history has been rewritten, then everything we believe about the timeline of civilization must be questioned. Tartaria challenges the linear narrative, revealing a hidden past that mainstream history refuses to acknowledge. The empire vanished, but its secrets endure, whispered in the ruins, hidden in the soil, and preserved in symbols and artifacts. Only those brave enough to seek the truth can uncover it. The story of Tartaria is not just about a lost empire. It is a story about humanity, about what we have forgotten, and about the knowledge and power that may still lie buried beneath our feet. The rise and fall of Tartaria remind us that history is never complete, and that the past may hold truths far stranger and more extraordinary than we have ever imagined.